Hello everybody, I am here today because I need to talk to you about my current YouTube situation and sort of my plans going forward and some changes that I have to make. So one of the issues that I've been having lately is, first of all, it's stupid, lame, awful summertime. And during that time, I'm always so busy that I struggle to find time to work on YouTube videos. It's like an hour here, an hour there, but I never get long amounts of time to sit and really work on videos. But pretty soon it's going to be amazing, super fun, magical fall time. And that is when I get lots of time to myself so I can work on lots of videos. And my plan is this fall to make a ton of content. Now, as you may or may not know, I'm currently trying to run multiple channels. I have my main conspiracy channel that you're on right now. And then I also have a gameplay channel where I am attempting to play every Game Boy Color game ever made in order to find the worst one. Then I have a drawing channel where I add to the drawing based on the recommendations from the subscribers in the comments section. And then I have a show that I'm trying to create called Radioactive Line Cook. And as I'm sure you can probably imagine, I am struggling to do all of them at once. So I'm going to make some changes. Now, to be fair, when I initially made this plan, I thought it was doable, and technically it is, because when I planned to have all these channels, I was planning on posting a video per week on each channel. But at the time of that, I wasn't taking Radioactive Line Cook videos as seriously. But then I got really interested in that, and this new intro that I made for that show, drawing it all and designing it all, took me a lot of time. I probably could have made like 10 to 20 regular videos in the same amount of time that it took me to create that intro. So it's not that the workload is too much, it's that my focus has changed into other things. So before I tell you what my plan is, I should explain that I have something called ADHD. So if you don't know, that stands for Adult Diaper Hairy Dog, which explains why I look like I do, in case you've always wondered. But according to my doctor, it also stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactive Disorder. Now, I don't mind having this because it makes my brain move at like 1,000,000 miles per hour, and I think that's why I'm able to think of so much stupid stuff all the time. But the major downfall is my ability to stay organized, which I'm sure you can tell. I really struggle to keep my brain focused and organize all my stuff, but starting now, that's all going to change. I'm officially going to organize my YouTube life. Now, the reason why I'm really doing this is because I saw a couple comments on some of my other channels. Here's one, for example, from my good friends over at Inside the Booth, who said, "I think you should put all your content back to your main channel, LOL you rancid pig." Now, I don't think the last part was necessary, but I fully agree, and I think what they're trying to say is, simplify, man! So I decided, you know what? Screw it. Screw it. I'm just going to post all my content on my main channel, except for Radioactive Line Cook. That's going to remain its own separate thing, so the episodes are easy to watch. But going forward, I will be putting all of my videos on my main channel. My main concern when I separated my channel into different parts was that I didn't want the channel to become unfocused and post a bunch of videos that you guys don't really want to watch necessarily. And that's still a concern to me, but here's what I'm going to do. Going forward, anytime that I make a conspiracy video, which is what most people are here to watch, it will have this border around the thumbnail, the red conspiracy border around the thumbnail. If I make a Game Boy Color or any kind of gameplay video, it will have the James Plays green border on the thumbnail. And if I do any kind of drawing video, like the Nickelodeon monster that I'm currently working on, it will have this blue James Draws border around the thumbnail. So my channel is going to become a colorful pack of Skittles, but I figure by doing this, I can just post on my one channel. And for you guys, if you're only into certain videos that I make, for example, if you only want to watch conspiracy videos, then you can just look for the red bordered videos and just click those when they come up, and you can ignore the rest if you want, although I'd really like it if you didn't ignore them. But there's a lot of content on YouTube, I know, so I think these look pretty good, and I think it'll keep the channel a little more organized and help people navigate things a little bit better. It'll certainly feel better in my brain to not have all these channels that I feel like I'm neglecting. Now, as far as those other channels go, I will not be deleting them right now because there's a bunch of videos that I put on there that I don't want them to be gone forever, especially some of the animations that I made in the past. There's like a Harry Potter one that I made, and I think there's like an Iron Man one, and those things took me so many hours to make, and I don't want to delete them, but I also don't want to re-upload a bunch of old videos back to my main channel and flood you guys with a bunch of videos again that you've already seen. So I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with that fully, but I won't be deleting the other channels right away. So to summarize, Going forward, I will only be posting on this channel and the Radioactive Line Cook channel when those videos are done. And all you gotta do is read the bottom of the little thumbnail tab thing, and you'll know what kind of video it is, so you can skip it if you don't wanna watch it. I apologize for all the confusion and me kind of going all over the place, but I'm still kind of learning this whole YouTube thing, and I'm doing my best.
So back off!
Anyways, before I let you go, I should also mention on a side note that I decided to take my Patreon supporters on a little fishing trip. I took them out of the basement and we headed to Indonesia to this lake. Now, apparently, this is the most polluted, filthy lake on the planet, but I thought it was good enough for my Patreon supporters. But as I was fishing, we actually managed to catch a new Patreon supporter. So please welcome Billy Shearer to the Patreon team. I think he's gonna fit in really well down in the Patreon basement. So thank you, Billy, and thank you to all my Patreon supporters for your continued support. I've got a ton of videos coming out this fall, so stay tuned for that. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.
Just do the math, the numbers don't lie. Who wouldn't trust some Canadian guy, James Hill? James